So last class we discussed about classification of generators and voltage equations of generators, EMF equation of generator, and also some problems. Gap running gap running, and also some numerical problems. Today class we discuss about construction of generators. Today class we discuss about construction of generators. So already we discussed in working principle. We required three requirements. What are there? Conductor, magnetic flux, relative motion. Conductor, magnetic flux, relative motion. So these three are the main requirements for producing the electricity. That means EMF. So generator has input is mechanical energy, output is electrical energy. So in construction point of view, these three are the main important thing. The magnetic flux can be produced by electromagnets. So the magnetic flux can be in small generators. This is electromagnets for large generators. Permanent magnets, that's for small generators. Permanent magnets for small generators. So conductor is have to be conductor relative motion. So you have to consider, I am considering 4-pole machine. These are the 4 poles. So north, south. These are the 4-pole machine. 4 poles machine I am considering. So clearly seen that one construction. This is that. So this is one. You have to consider, I am considering 4-pole machine and outermost of the body. So the poles can produce the flux. The flux can be travel from north to south. So here we can also see in that one. This is another flux path. Direction is from north to south. Here also flux is there. The flux is from north to south. So after that I am producing conductors. So the conductors can be produced by the armature. The conductors can be produced by the armatures. this is armature. This is armature. So in armature we can also produce another more is a commutator. What I am saying, this one is pole shoe. It is called pole shoe. So this part of motion is called yoke of the machine. Yoke of the machine. So this one is base plate. Is called base plate. So this one is called eye bolt of the machine. Eye bolt of the machine. Eye bolt of the machine. So this is the construction. The main parts of the DC generator is a schematic diagram. Schematic diagram. So see in that one, the parts we can like that. So here I am placing conductors in slots. Conductor I am placing at slots. So like that. So I am placing. So this is our schematic diagram of DC generator. Here we can see this is one of the port of the machine, that is yoke of the machine. What is that one? Yoke. Yoke of the machine. The purpose of the yoke, this is called what I am planning. So the main parts are, first thing is yoke. Here we can see this is the yoke. The outermost body, yoke is outermost body of the machine. Outermost body of the machine is called yoke. Yoke is made up of cast iron or cast steel. So the material that can be used for the yoke, that is cast iron or cast steel. The purpose of the yoke. Purpose of the yoke. The purpose of the yoke is to provide mechanical support. Provide mechanical support to the machine. Mechanical support to the machine. So and also provide flux path. Also provide flux path. So here can be seen that one. So this outermost body can be provided mechanical support from all aspects, as well as the yoke can be provide the flux. Here we can see that one. Here 4 pole machines is there. Fluxes is 4 paths from north to south, north to south, north to south, north to south. 4 paths is there. So same like that one, the material made up of this is cast iron or cast steel. So next, pole core. What is the another part is this pole core. This pole core is, the purpose of the pole core is to support the field winding. Support the field winding. Support the field winding. Support the field winding, and also it is laminated. Pole core is laminated. So next, pole shoe is a pole shoe. So purpose it's look like a shoe model. That's why it is called a pole shoe. The purpose of the pole shoe is to provide low reluctance path. Low reluctance path. It's a pole shoe. So after that one, main important thing is armature. Main important thing is armature. So it is the armature of the machine. The armature has slots. In the slots, the winding can be placed. The winding is of 2 types. That is either lap winding or wave winding. We can place. The armature is made up of hard drawn copper or cast iron or cast steel. So it is laminated. It is laminated to reduce eddy current losses. Laminated to reduce eddy current losses. The thickness of the armature is 0.3 mm to 0.5 mm. 0.3 mm to 0.5 mm. The conductors is used here is either aluminum or copper. Aluminum or copper. So types of winding is two types. Lap winding, same like that. Wave winding. Lap winding, wave winding. These two windings are to be used in this one. So this is the armature. Here the armature is rotated. The armature is rotated. The armature is rotated. Armature is rotated. Due to working principle, conductors is there, magnetic flux is there, relative motion is there. The EMF can be generated according to Faraday's laws of a dynamically induced EMF. Whenever a conductor cuts the magnetic lines of force, there will be a EMF induced. So here the action is can be done by the armature. The armature is rotating. So that one. And also we have another mode is commutator. What I am saying, commutator. So commutator. So the purpose of the commutator is to here the EMF induced is AC. EMF induced is alternating nature. EMF induced is alternating nature. This alternating nature can be converted into directional nature. That means AC to DC. That is AC to DC. Here the action is, the commutator action is the conversion of AC to DC. So this is also called as mechanical rectifier. This is also called as mechanical rectifier because our conversion of AC to DC is called rectifier. Here the action is done by the mechanical action. So that's why we can call this is a mechanical rectifier. So the commutator is made up of copper segments placed on the inside of the armature. So next, brushes. So here brushes is the purpose of brushes is to collect the current from commutator. The purpose of the brushes is to collect the current from commutator. Here I am indicating two brushes. So every machine has brushes. So these are the brushes. These brushes can be collect the current from this one, commutator segments. So brushes are also different types, that is copper brushes, carbon brushes, graphite, metallic graphite. So different materials have to be used for brushes. So these are this one. So next, base plate. It is used to protect the it is used to protect the machine from atmospheric conditions. Next, eye bolt. Next one is the eye bolt. This is called eye bolt. This is called eye bolt. The purpose of eye bolt is to lifting the machine. What I am saying, purpose of brushes is to lifting the machine from one place to another place. From one place to another place. Lifting the machine from one place to another place. Construction of DC generator. So these are the main important things about DC generators. So there is no fundamental difference between DC generator and motor. In construction point of view, there is no difference. This is the only working point of view. It is only difference between the working principle only. So construction point of view, no difference. Either that is a motor or generator. If you given input to this one as a electrical energy, we can get mechanical energy. That is a motor action. Or otherwise, we can give mechanical energy to the input by with the help of a prime movers. We can get electrical energy, that is the generator. Here the output is produced, that is DC. So that's why it is called DC generator. So input here taken with the help of the electrical energy, that is DC supply, that is called DC motor. So this is construction of this one. The direction of induced EMF. The direction of induced EMF can be determined the direction of induced EMF can be determined by using Fleming's. The direction of EMF can be determined by using right hand rule.